Ever notice how some things just work flawlessly? Like ordering takeout on an app?
Yeah.
Everything clicks.
Right.
From browsing menus to payment to that notification telling you dinner's arriving soon.
Yep.
That, my friend, is the magic of good system design.
It really is like magic, except instead of spells, it's all about carefully crafting a blueprint for how things work behind the scenes. Any complex system, whether it's a website, a city's traffic flow, or even a coffee machine, relies on good system design.
So it's not just about coding then?
Not at all, no. It's bigger than that.
Okay.
Think of it like building a house. You wouldn't start laying bricks without an architect's plan, right? That plan is system design. It dictates everything, from the layout to the materials used. And just like with a house, a well-designed system is crucial for preventing costly mistakes and ensuring all the parts work in harmony.
Okay, that makes sense. So where do we start with this whole blueprint thing? Our sources mention something called high-level design. What's that all about?
Imagine you're sketching out your dream house. They're thinking big picture. How many rooms, the overall style, whether you want a balcony with a view. High-level design and system design is similar. It's about defining the system's goals, figuring out the main components needed, and choosing the right technologies to bring it all to life.
So if high-level design is like drawing the initial sketch, then low-level design is where we're adding the details, right? Like what kind of doorknobs we want or where exactly each light switch should go.
Precisely. Low-level design is about diving into the nitty-gritty details of each component and defining how they interact. If we stick with the house analogy, it's like deciding on the type of plumbing fixtures, the wiring for your sound system, even the position of each power outlet. In software, this could mean mapping out the exact steps involved in processing an online order, from the moment you hit buy to the delivery confirmation.
I'm starting to see how neglecting those details could lead to some major headaches down the road.
Absolutely. And that's a key reason why understanding system design matters, even if you're not a tech expert.
Okay.
A poorly designed system can lead to frustrating user experiences, security vulnerabilities, or even complete system failures.
Wow.
Remember that time that popular social media platform crashed during a major event?
Oh, yeah.
That's a likely consequence of overlooking key aspects of system design, especially when scaling up to handle millions of users.
Yikes. Makes those smooth app experiences all the more impressive now. So we've got our high-level vision and our detailed plans. What are the building blocks of this system design blueprint? I see our sources mention system architecture a lot. Is that where things get really technical?
System architecture is definitely a cornerstone of good system design, but it doesn't have to be intimidating. Think of it like choosing between building a single massive department store or a network of smaller interconnected shops. The department store might seem simpler at first, but what happens if a pipe bursts?
The whole place shuts down. Chaos. Lost sales.
Exactly. Now, in the network of shops, if one shop has an issue, the others can pick up the slack.
Makes sense.
This illustrates the difference between a monolithic architecture and a distributed system. A distributed system, like our network of shops, tends to be more resilient, scalable, and easier to manage.
That's a great analogy. I'm starting to see how those architectural decisions can really impact the user experience. Speaking of which, what about the flow of information within the system? I see something about data flow design in our sources. What's the gist of that?
You can think of data flow design as the circulatory system of your system. It dictates how information is collected, where it travels, how it's processed, and where it's stored. Just like our bodies need efficient blood flow, a well-designed system needs smooth and secure data flow for everything to run smoothly.
That makes sense. And I'm guessing a big part of that involves databases.
Absolutely.
I hear that word thrown around a lot in the tech world.
Right.
What are they?
Databases are essentially like giant, well-organized libraries for your system. They store all the critical information, whether it's user profiles, product catalogs, financial transactions, you name it. Choosing the right type of database and designing it effectively is crucial for data integrity, retrieval speed, and overall system performance.
So it's not just about stuffing everything into a digital warehouse then.
No.
There's an art to organizing it all.
Exactly. And just like a well-organized library makes it easy to find the book you need. A well-designed database ensures that the system can access and retrieve information quickly and efficiently, even as the amount of data grows. Think about those times you're searching for something online and then the results pop up in a snap.
Right.
That's the power of good database design.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And how about the part where we, the users, actually get to interact with the system? I'm guessing that's where interface design comes in.
You got it.
Okay.
Interface design is all about shaping the user's experience.
Right.
It's like choosing the furniture, decor, and layout of our metaphorical house.
Okay.
A well-designed interface makes the system intuitive, enjoyable, and easy to use.
Yeah.
Whether it's a website, a mobile app, or even something like a voice assistant.
It's the difference between a light switch that's easy to find in the dark and one that leaves you fumbling around, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
A good interface should feel natural and almost invisible to the user,
right,
guiding them seamlessly through their interaction with the system.
Okay.
On the other hand, a poorly designed interface can lead to frustration, errors, and even a complete abandonment of the system.
Yeah.
Think about those apps you've downloaded with high hopes, only to delete them in a fit of rage because you couldn't figure out how to use them.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Okay, so we've got smooth data flow,
right,
organized databases, and user-friendly interfaces. What about the security of all this?
Right.
That seems like a pretty big deal, especially with all the data breaches we hear about these days. Is that where security design comes in?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Security is paramount in today's digital landscape.
Yeah.
It's about building safeguards into every layer of the system.
Right.
To protect user data, ensure privacy, and maintain trust.
Okay.
Think of it like installing a top-notch security system in our metaphorical house.
Okay.
With strong locks, an alarm system, and maybe even some motion sensors for good measure.
So it's not just about building strong firewalls?
No, it's much more.
What else goes into security design?
It's a multifaceted approach.
Okay.
We're talking secure authentication mechanisms to verify user identities.
Okay.
Encryption protocols to protect data in transit and at rest.
Right.
And robust systems to detect and respond to potential threats.
Okay.
A well-designed system will incorporate security from the ground up rather than treating it as an afterthought.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I'm also seeing something in our sources about component design.
Right.
Is that about making sure each individual part of the system is top-notch?
Exactly.
Okay.
Each component needs to be carefully chosen and integrated to ensure it meets the system's overall objectives.
Okay.
It's about considering factors like load balancing to distribute traffic effectively.
Okay.
Redundancy to prevent single points of failure.
Right.
Fault tolerance to keep the system running smoothly even if one part encounters issues. And modularity to make the system easier to update and maintain over time.
So it's like choosing the best appliances for our house and making sure they're all properly installed and maintained.
A very apt analogy.
Okay, cool.
Now, beyond these individual components, we need to remember that system design is ultimately about achieving specific objectives.
So it's not enough for the system to just work.
That's right.
What else are we aiming for?
Functionality is certainly essential.
Yeah.
The system needs to do what it's designed to do.
Right.
But we're also striving for scalability.
Okay.
Performance, reliability, maintainability, and usability.
Okay, let's break those down a bit.
Okay.
Scalability, I'm guessing, is about making sure the system can handle growth.
Yeah.
Like if our little online shop suddenly goes viral?
Precisely.
Okay.
A scalable system can gracefully handle increased demand, whether it's a surge in users, data volume, or processing requirements.
Okay.
It's about designing a system that can expand and adapt without breaking a sweat.
Okay.
Think of those times you've been stuck in a traffic jam because the roads were designed for a fraction of the cars now using them.
Yeah.
That's a scalability issue in the real world.
So scalability is like making sure our roads can handle rush hour traffic. What about performance? I'm guessing that's the equivalent of making sure those roads are well paved and free of potholes.
That's a great way to put it. Performance is all about speed and efficiency.
Okay.
How quickly does the system respond to requests? How much memory or processing power does it consume? These factors directly impact the user experience.
Makes sense.
Think about those times you've abandoned a website because it took forever to load.
Oh, yeah.
That's a performance issue.
And I bet reliability is crucial, too. No one wants a system that's prone to crashes or errors.
Absolutely. Reliability is about building a system that you can depend on.
Right.
Day in and day out.
Yeah.
It's like having a car that starts reliably every morning no matter what. In system design, we build in redundancy and fault tolerance to ensure that the system can handle unexpected hiccups without missing a beat.
So we've covered scalability, performance, reliability. What about maintainability? I'm guessing that's not as exciting as designing a flashy interface, but it's got to be important.
You're right. Maintainability might not be the most glamorous aspect of system design, but it's crucial.
Okay.
For the long-term health of any system.
Right.
Think of it like this. Would you rather live in a house with clearly labeled wiring and plumbing, or one where it's all a tangled mess?
Definitely not the tangled mess. Sounds like a nightmare for any repairs or renovations.
Exactly. A maintainable system is like that well-organized house. It's well-documented, modular, and easy for developers to understand and modify without causing unintended consequences. Good maintainability means smoother updates, quicker bug fixes, and ultimately a longer lifespan for the system.
Makes sense. And finally, there's usability. We touched on this a bit with interface design, but it sounds like it goes even deeper than that.
You're right. Usability is about the overall user experience.
Okay.
It's about designing a system that is intuitive, easy to learn, and enjoyable to use. A usable system minimizes cognitive load, meaning it doesn't require users to jump through hoops or memorize complex procedures. Think about those tools or appliances that just make sense the moment you pick them up.
Right.
That's good usability in action.
So to wrap this all up, it sounds like good system design is about more than just making things work. It's about anticipating challenges, considering the user experience at every step, and building systems that are robust, adaptable, and enjoyable to use.
Exactly. And while you might not need to design a system from scratch, understanding these principles can empower you to make more informed decisions as a consumer, a user, and even just a curious citizen in our increasingly digital world.
It's like having a secret decoder ring for the technology that surrounds us, right?
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
It allows you to peek behind the curtain and appreciate the complexity and ingenuity that goes into creating the systems we often take for granted.
Yeah. This deep dive has definitely given me a newfound appreciation for all those seamless online experiences I enjoy.
Good.
So to our listeners, next time you're navigating a website, ordering food through an app, or even just using a digital thermostat, take a moment to appreciate the invisible hand of good system design. And with that, thanks for joining us for this insightful exploration into the world of system design. We'll catch you next time for another fascinating deep dive.